The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred within their bones.
Life is beautiful. It really is. I just flew from one side of the world to the other in 2 days. I flew from Philadelphia to Qatar. From Qatar, I flew to Thailand and arrived last night. And right now I have major jet lag. So I came outside to look at the sky because they say sunlight is the best cure for jet lag. And in my experience, it's much harder going east than it is to go west. I had a layover in Qatar, so I got to see the country. My first time with my boots on the ground in the Middle East. And I was very impressed and surprised by Qatar. I was sitting on a bench and a guy came over to me and he said, "Are you a YouTuber?" And I was like, kind of, I guess. And he said, "I think I saw you on YouTube." He recognized me. I didn't think anybody knew who I was. And he was so nice, and he was from Oman. And I was like, "Can you recommend any food? I want to try like the best food, something cheap." And he recommended this food and he bought it for me. Like for no reason, a stranger just bought me food in Qatar. And he was so nice. And the people there were so nice. The country is beautiful. State-of-the-art facilities, immaculately clean. It smells good. And there's a lot of care in the design and pride of the country. They say the Qataris, I hope that's the right way to say it, are some of the best. They hold some of the best diplomatic meetings between countries, and they're good at it. And now I'm back in Thailand, and I got to see my family, I got married, and I introduced my fiance to my family. And as I'm making this video now, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude towards my mom and my dad and my sister and all my family. When I was a kid, I was ashamed of them. I was embarrassed by my family because I thought they were so different than other families. I wanted to be like everyone else. My parents are very intellectual people. They're incredibly intelligent. Both have PhDs, both were professors. My dad went to Princeton. My mom is well published. And so I grew up in a unique way. Friday, Saturday nights were like long dinners with long conversations of philosophy with professors. I knew Mark Zuckerberg's professor from Harvard. That was normal for my life, my family, but I always felt like I want to be like everyone else. So I rejected this. I resented it. I was ashamed. And I feel guilty even saying that right now, but it's true. And while I have qualms or things that I am not happy about growing up, I understand that it's not easy to be a parent, especially when you have a boy that's mischievous. Me and my friends went out looking for trouble all the time. And in a city like where I'm from, if you go looking for trouble, you're gonna find it on every corner. We found it. But this time, seeing my family, I realized how lucky I am and how amazing my mom and dad are. How beautiful they are. Like truly nice people. Like genuinely good people. My mother doesn't have a mean bone in her body. I've never once in my life seen my mother be mean. And my dad is, in every sense of the word, a survivor. But you would never know it. He would never tell you. He would never play the victim card. But he grew up without a mom, without a dad. Statistically speaking, most people in that situation with that upbringing end up in prison or in jail. My dad ran away from home when he's 14 and managed to get a PhD from Princeton and be an amazing father. and he's the sweetest man I've ever met. I'm lucky to have been able to be angry with him, to criticize him. And my mom and dad taught me so many life lessons, not just knowledge like sociology, human nature, psychology, philosophy, but how to think. Because education is not about knowing information, it's about how to think. And this is what most schools and teachers get wrong, is they tell you what is true. They don't teach you how to think. And so if a child is stuck or bored, they don't question why. They just label like ADHD, learning disability, or what have you. Most schools, most education systems are complete trash. And a lot of them are full of trash teachers with trash ideas, with trash curriculums, and big egos. So a lot of people think that they know education and that they think that it's some superficial thing. So I've received those core tenets. But moreover than that, the kind of love that I've received in my life has made me a compassionate person. And after this visit with my family, I made a vow to myself, like, there's no person I want to be like more than my dad. My parents make me want to be a better person. They spent a lot of their life working on social reform. They were part of the civil rights movement, protesting the Vietnam War. Both of my parents went to jail protesting the Vietnam War. So I was raised never really respecting or admiring business or money. So the path that I'm on was my destiny from birth. I was born to be a philosopher, to be a seeker, to question things, to find answers. And peace is a privilege. To go searching for peace, to leave my home, to go to Thailand is a privilege. And the foundation was laid from the family that I had. My style is very different from my parents. In fact, the way that I present myself, like you may see my tattoos, even the way that I talk, my fashion, or my choices in life, it may seem counterintuitive or unorthodox. And it's also intentional, because what I learned from an early age is the truest education comes from experiential learning. Children learn by doing, and they learn from autonomy, having the independence to figure it out for themselves. If you are just told how to do something and what to do, you are just copying. That's not using the human brain. So it bores me. It bored me in school. So I learned from an early age that it's all about experience, even if it's getting in trouble, pushing the limits, going to Girard Avenue where I shouldn't be. This is a new experience. And I learned that the best measure for truth is pain. So I was always attracted to pain, attracted to suffering, attracted to hardship. I thought it was interesting. So I preferred to hang out with kids more working class, more rough and rugged, a different perspective, because I learned from that. Whereas I felt if I'm just stay in my lane, I'm in a bubble. And from as early as I can remember, I was always willing to pop the bubble. So I was like Dennis the Menace, to a troubled teenager, then to a seeker that traveled the world to find enlightenment. And it hasn't been easy, but I chose this. But the interesting thing is now, I don't believe in enlightenment. I don't believe in God in the traditional senses, but God is in you and me. Enlightenment is nothing more than right now. It has nothing to do with me or you or him or her or whatever your preferred pronoun. Enlightenment has no I or self. Is the tree enlightened? The tree just is. To be an enlightened person is to mess up less. We're always faced with challenges in life, right? Things are thrown at us, stresses, major and not major, and it's how we handle it. It's the choices we make in the face of adversity determines our outcome, our character, and God. And the more you try to define it or put it in a box, you kill it. And the worst thing is to think that you know, because the truth is we don't know much. And because of them, because of their love, I'm able to make profound connections with other people. And I met the person of my dreams, my soulmate, and we have one thing in common that people can't see. We have a different culture, we have a different language, but we are totally the same in that both of our parents have provided an example of love and loyalty and support that has made us who we are. And that's what kind of attracted us. There's a calmness and a peace about her that attracts me, and the same for her towards me. So we have the same thing in common, like the desire for peace and stillness. Yeah, my fiance or my wife is Thai, but it's not a fake relationship. And the next phase of life for me is bringing awareness to Thailand, to the world, whatever, change perceptions and help the new generation open its mind. And lastly, before I show you this video of my dad reading the poem, I'm starting a project with one of my best friends here called Exodus. And as many of you know, the US is on fire, and there's a lot of challenging things happening in the world. We're unsure what's going to happen in the future, but a lot of people have had enough. And we want to create a safe space here where people can come heal, come start a new life, and cut the entanglements. If you don't want to participate in a system which is causing so much destruction and harm to the world, you have to separate yourself from it. And that's what I've done, that's what my friend has done, and that's what Exodus is about. Exiting, the exodus of America. It's not too late to start again, to start a new life. And my next goal, this phase, is to build a house, get some land, and slowly build a little resort or wellness center, have different bungalows and rooms where people can do yoga, meditate, farm, live in nature, be outside, cold plunges, exercise, Muay Thai, fitness, all about healing and tapping into your true self, your pure energy, peace, peacefulness, reclaiming the love, reclaiming the happiness that is inherently yours. And that is more and more difficult to reclaim in America, especially now. And I want all Americans to understand this, that you can leave.
Don't say that I will depart tomorrow. Even today I am still arriving. Look deeply. Every second I am arriving to be a bud on a spring branch, to be a tiny bird with still fragile wings, learning to sing in my new nest, to be a caterpillar in the heart of a flower, to be a jewel hiding itself in a stone. I still arrive in order to laugh and to cry, to fear and to hope. The rhythm of my heart is the birth and death of all that is alive. I am the mayfly metamorphosing on the surface of the river. I am the bird that swoops down to swallow the mayfly. I am the frog swimming happily in a clear water of a pond. And I am the grass snake that silently feeds itself on the frog. I am the child in Uganda, all skin and bones, my legs as thin as bamboo sticks. I am the arms merchant selling deadly weapons to Uganda. I am the 12-year-old girl, refugee on a small boat, who throws herself into the ocean after being raped by a sea pirate. And I am the pirate, my heart not yet capable of seeing and loving. I am a member of the Politburo, with plenty of power in my hands, and I am the man who has to pay his debt of blood to my people, dying slowly in a forced labor camp. My joy is like spring, so warm it makes flowers bloom all over the earth. My pain is like a river of tears, so fast it fills the four oceans. Please call me by my true names, so I can hear all my cries and my laughter at once, so I can see that my joy and pain are one. Please call me by my true names, so I can wake up, and so the door of my heart can be left open, the door of compassion. That's beautiful.